Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thanks for stopping by for a visit today. I'm happy to be here with you. I'm happy that you're here with me, and I hope you enjoy the visit today. So today I am sipping on Sprite because I have been so nauseated all day long. Like, I'm so sick of this nausea, but it is what it is. And I took a nap and thinking maybe when I got up I'd feel better, but I did not. The nausea is still just as strong. So, anyway, it is what it is, and I'm just sipping on Sprite. So, yeah. I know other people say like peppermint teas help them and stuff like that, different ginger and all this kind of stuff, which I love all those things. And I do love peppermint tea. I drink that all the time, but it does not help with my nausea. Nothing really does. So I'm trying Sprite. I sip on that sometimes when I'm nauseated. Sometimes when it's really cold, Sprite over ice. It just makes me feel a little better. So that's what's up today. Uh, so today is day 27 of adding a new color into the wrap that I'm making. So I've been making this wrap. I started it back on December the 1st. And so I just been adding a surprise color that my son Dakota has fixed up these little bags for me. And each day that I work on this blanket, I open a baggie and get a new surprise color yarn. So yesterday I added this tan color in, and I did, let's see, I did a V-stitch with that. And then on the next row up, I'm doing granny squares, granny stitches, granny clusters. That's it, right? 3 double crochets in between the V stitches, not in between the V's, but in between the V stitches right here. Here's the V itself, but I'm doing it in between the V's. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing, and I ran out right here. So I need to add another color in to finish off that row. And I don't know what color we'll be getting today, but we'll see. I do want to mention that the only place that I'm on social media is Instagram, llama.mama.kayla. I'm not on Facebook. I'm only on Instagram. Was there something else I wanted to mention? I think it was, but now I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Seems like there was something else I was going to mention. Anyway, let's find out the surprise color for today. Oh, a pretty pink. That is a beautiful pink. Almost like a fuchsia. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here's the end right here. All right, so let me tie this on. I tie it in a knot and just I tie it a couple of times just because I want to make sure it is secure. Don't want it to come undone in the wash. Well, I keep dropping. Here it goes. Okay, so I'm going to clip these edges. I did have another video to come out this morning It was a WILP Wednesday video where I was putting together a project that I was working on. It's my first completed project of 2023. So if you missed that video, you can go back and find it. I'll try to even link it in the description box below this video so you can see my first completed project of 2023. All right, so I'm going to work on adding this pink in, and I'm going to answer some questions from a couple of days ago video. What day did I say today is? I believe today is day 28. I don't know what day I said. I believe it's day 28. Anyway, let me get my little crochet gadget thing on. Ooh, I think I did that a little too tight. Okay, where'd the hook go? There it is. I'm using a 7mm hook. There is no pattern for this project. It is just strictly a fly by the seat of my pants, no stress project. Making it up as I go. There's no pattern. I didn't even count my chain to start with, okay? So, anyway, so I'm doing double crochets in between the V-stitches. So I was going to answer some of the questions from a video about 2 days ago. It was just so many video questions that I had to split that up. So anyway, someone asked about my squirrel's tail. Well, I do have a video how I did his tail. It was a lot of brushing with a brush, just brush yarn. It was a lot of work. It was fun to watch it come alive like that and fluff up and just turn out so pretty, but it was a lot of work. Will I ever do it again? If I have a project that I really want to do and it calls for that, I probably would. I'd probably just brush on it a little at a time, take a break, come back and brush on it some more later. Something like that. All right. Oh, someone asked, did Big Daddy ever finish his loom knit hat that he was working on at one time? He did finish it, and the hat went right into the donation box. So that hat has been donated out to someone who needed a hat. And I knew he would never wear the hat. He's not a hat person. So I knew from the get-go he wasn't going to wear that hat. Even though he was saying he was, I was like, you are not. And when he finished it, he didn't want it. Oh, the next question is, have you ever traveled outside the country? Yes, I have. I've been to Mexico before, straight through on the way down in Mexico. When we got to Monroe, Mexico, we were about halfway there, and then we had a lot more traveling to do. So, yes, I've been to Mexico to visit family, and it was an experience, to say the least. And, yeah. Let's see. Someone asked about my mom. She's doing fine. And they also asked, do I have brothers and sisters? I had a sister who was 6 years older than me, and she passed away in 2020. In January of 2020, like right after her birthday, like 2 days after her birthday. And I have a brother that is 13 years younger than me. And he was like my baby when he was growing up. I practically raised him. All right. And then someone asked about my calico critters. How long have I been collecting calico critters? A few years now. Sorry. I've been collecting calico critters for a few years now, and I just love those little critters. They're so cute, and their little families. They're just so cute and so darling. And then they asked to how how do I display them, or where do I display them? Boys. At the moment, they are in my yarn room with a lot of other stuff shoved in there. So I don't have them displayed out like I really want to. Um, but when my son Elijah gets his room cleaned out, um, they're going to put me some shelves in there to display all my little calico critters. So right now I have them in Ziploc bags and in a drawer. So I'll be glad when that happens and I can have them all displayed out and see them all. Okay, someone asked, when did I first get sick? Because I have autoimmune diseases, and that's what they're asking about. When did I first start having autoimmune diseases? After my son Elijah was born, he was born sick, and he had to be fed around the clock about every 2 hours. Yes, so I fed him at like, at 11, at 1, at 3, at 5 a.m., all night long, and then all day long. And he couldn't drink very much at a time, so he had to be fed every 2 hours around the clock. So there was no sleep for me at all. It was, and I think after that, I think I never recovered. He eventually got a feeding tube, and then his feeding tube would alarm all night and just different things like that. I was always checking on him, make sure he wasn't like have the tube wrapped up around his neck, because that happens sometimes. But in general, I never recovered from that. I got sick from there, and I kept thinking it was just because I was run down and stuff like that. But I just never got better. I never got better. And that's when I started going, trying to find out, like, what is wrong with me? So I think the stress of that was a big trigger for my getting sick. But, there's no proof of that. Just, it could be coincidence. I don't know, but it is. That's what happened. Somebody asked about life after homeschool. They said that they homeschooled when their youngest homeschooled, that they were kind of depressed. I get it. Yes. I homeschooled my kids for 23 years because they're right at 8 years apart. So, yes. After Elijah graduated, the next fall, I felt really lost. I was trying to, I don't know, I felt like I was supposed to be ordering curriculum, and I didn't have a need to order curriculum. And it was just very weird feeling. Yeah, because it had been part of my life for 23 years. And just, the mom's night outs, the field trips, the writing up newsletters and um, planning activities for the homeschool group and all this kind of stuff. And when he graduated, all that just came to a halt. And so, yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. I wouldn't say I got depressed, but it was just hard to adjust to that's not my life anymore. What do I do now? So I dove headfirst into crocheting, and here I am. Okay, what is the favorite thing I've ever crocheted? Well, my favorite thing is always whatever I just finished crocheting. That's my favorite thing. I don't know. I don't know that I could really guess what my favorite thing is. I really do like that under the sea wreath that I made. That turned out really nice. Um, I don't know. I have lots of things that are my favorites. Really, everything that I've made. I haven't made anything that I'm like, oh, I don't like that. So everything that I've ever made is my favorite when I finish it. That's just like my Calico Critters. Whatever new family set I get, they're my new favorite set. Oh, okay, let me see if I put 3 or 4 into this one. That's 3. Um, how long have I been married? Big Daddy and I have been married 32 years. So we've been together a little while. 32 years and counting. Yes, somebody asked about Dakota looks like Big Daddy. Yes, Dakota looks like Big Daddy and acts like me. Poor kid. He has my personality and my sarcasm, and just we think way too much alike. Yes, way too much. Elijah looks like Big Daddy's father, and I don't know who he acts like. He acts like Elijah. He is his own person. He has his own personality. Okay, somebody asked me about the Keurig machine. They wanted to know if I make coffee in the Keurig machine with a K cup, and then the next time I use it, if I put a tea K cup in there, does it taste like coffee? I haven't noticed that. The thought did cross my mind, but I haven't noticed that being the case. So I don't know how that is for other people, but I have not had a problem with that. The weather, yes, we did have horrible weather the other night. Actually, the it just very near. I mean, it came very close to us. It just skirted around us just a little bit, like the outskirts were like right past us, and so we didn't get super bad weather, but they were, calling for everybody to take cover. Thankfully, we did not get a tornado here. I mean, they were saying there was one on the ground in like Shudrint, and it came up right over our area and was saying it was headed to Swartz. So it didn't touch down or didn't really do any damage where we are. My hair. Somebody asked, is it hard for me to wash my hair and brush it and all that? Yes, it is so hard. It is so hard. And Big Daddy tries to help me, and he does his best. He does his best. But it is hard to wash my hair. and to brush it, and I just gave up trying to do anything with it many years ago. But yeah, I have lots of difficulty trying to wash and brush and do anything with my hair. Sometimes it's frustrating, but it ain't nothing I can do about it. um, let's see. The next question is there a yarn I can't use? I don't think so, but I do live in Louisiana, so I really wouldn't make items with wool. You know, I use acrylic or cotton. I really wouldn't use wool for even hats or wearables or anything like that because we are in Louisiana, and so wool would probably be too hot. So I don't think I've ever made anything with wool yarn. Not that I can recall, but I wouldn't seek wool out. And it's not that I'm allergic to it or anything like that. I just think it'd be too warm for Louisiana weather. Someone asked, am I a diabetic? No, I am not a diabetic. Um, my numbers are very good. My A1C number is very good, and all that kind of stuff is very good. So I'm not diabetic. And I mentioned that Phoebe was going to be 4 years old. And a subscriber who knows said that I got Phoebe the same time she got her dog, and they both are about to turn 3 years old. So you're probably right. You most likely are very right because I can't even keep up with how old I am. When my friend Angela and I are talking, we're the same age, just a couple months apart. Um, we can't ever remember how old we are and how old we're about to turn. Oh, it's a mess. We have to figure it up every time, and then the next time we talk about it, we're like, how old did we say we are? And we can't remember. So, yeah, that Phoebe probably is supposed to be 3 and not 4. So, thank you. Thank you for that info. I'll have to tell Phoebe that she's only going to be 3 and not 4. And that does make sense. Really. I appreciate your questions, and if anyone has any questions, you can leave those in the comment section below, and I will try to get to them. I'm sorry that I'm not feeling my best today. I'm just like super nauseated, and I'm fighting it. Like all through this video, I'm just like fighting the nausea. But I wanted to come on here and get another color put into my wrap and visit with you guys for a moment. Um, I'm taking that chemo medication, methotrexate, and so I was taking it on Friday, but then I was sick the whole weekend while Big Daddy was home, so I decided to start taking it on Mondays, and maybe by the weekend I'll be cleared up enough that I can do something, enjoy the weekend maybe. So that's my hope. Because when I was taking it on Fridays, I was sick throughout the week up until about Wednesday or Thursday. And then, I'd feel better just in time to take the medication again. So, yeah. Now it'll start on Mondays, and maybe I'll feel better for the weekend. But I'm going to let you guys get going, and I hope you have a great day. It's a beautiful day to crochet, and don't forget to go check out my first finished project for 2023. The title of that video is Whip Wednesday, and I will link that below so you can see what my first project was. All right, friends, I will see you all again in the next video. Bye, friends.